How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Carve by Inventables. This is by far one of the most affordable CNC machines on the market today, so stick with me and I'll show you guys all the specs. So if you're interested in purchasing an Carve, it's very simple and it's highly customizable. You don't have to just pick a package and go with it. You can pick a package and it gives you all the recommendations, but you can easily change stuff, take stuff off, and it's very customizable. So when I got the packages all inside my house, it came in a few different size boxes just because you can't really put it all in one big box. But it was really easy, nice and organized, and it was super easy to assemble thanks to the online instructions that are a combination of writing and video. It made it really easy to follow along, and if you have a question, you can always contact their customer service. They're super nice and they're really easy to deal with. So if that's the thing holding you back from buying one of these and building it, don't let it hold you back. It's so easy to build. I'm 17 and I built it by myself, no problems. So it was really simple to build. I would definitely not let that hold you back from buying this machine. So I'm going to try not to get caught up in the assembly too much, but for the most part, like I said, very easy, very simple. Now, cosmetic wise, I don't really care for how the power supply is all set up really, because it's just kind of like I wish it had like a box that it could go in, that it was made for something, because I can cut these wires shorter and trim it up. I just left them long for now because if I ever have an issue, I want to be able to have a little bit of wire to work with, but you can definitely clean this up a lot more than I have it. I have the wires kind of long, but cosmetic wise, I mean, yeah, it is like, it's all packed in nice, but it just seems like there's a lot of wires hanging out, so a lot of people eventually like build a box to protect this from sawdust getting all over in here. So that's one thing I wish they did. I wish they had like some type of compartment this could all go in and kind of look a little bit nicer. But it does work. I might like mount this under the table so it's not sitting on top, but you can definitely make a box for it if you don't have a box. I mean, it's minor, but that's just something I would kind of like to see in a newer version or something, or maybe as like an add-on. So after I built my machine, I had the limit switches, which basically allow you to set your machine to one specific spot called home, and that's where your spindle is going to align, basically right in the far left bottom left corner of your machine. So basically the limit switches are going to go ahead and do that. You don't have to get them. I had them attached, and when I had them attached, I must have had something with the wiring wrong, because every time I plugged it into my computer, it would actually spark out of here. So I had a few incidences where I couldn't get this machine working because I'm pretty sure I had something with the limit switches wrong, but that was just me. I'm the only person that had that issue, so I'm pretty sure it's on my part. So I worked with their customer service. They were really good about it. They sent me parts overnight, and they're really good about it, helpful, and they're looking out for your best interest. They're not just trying to sell you a machine then kind of like screw you. They're going to sell it to you, and they're going to work with you until everything's working the way you want it. So I did get that figured out. I cleared it up, and I just took the limit switches off because I find it kind of gets rid of a lot of the wiring and it's less cluttered. But some people like it, some people don't. I mean, it's your preference. That's the great thing about this machine, is it's highly customizable. So that's kind of all the negative stuff I have about the machine. A few things, just minor stuff. I mean, it's really not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and go into the positives. Other than a few minor things, none of those things are really deal breakers. Like, this thing is an awesome machine with an awesome price. Even though I got it for free, I would definitely buy one if I didn't have one already, because this is definitely like the next big thing in woodworking, I think. I mean, you can just make designs on your computer, tell it what to carve, walk away, come back, and it's going to be carved out, all set to go. Now, a few things that I really like about this machine are the overall look is really nice and appealing to the eye. I love the all black finish, the chrome Carve logo. I mean, it looks really nice. And not only does the look appeal to your eye, but the feel of it, it's really rigid and sturdy. I mean, it's not like cheap or anything. You can really feel the quality in it. So it's got a really nice quality feel to it. There's not a lot of plastic parts. I mean, it's pretty much all aluminum for the most part. And it's just got an overall sturdy, rigid feel to it, which is nice in a machine like this. So the good thing about assembling it yourself is by the time you're done, you know this machine like the back of your hand. You know it's really easy to troubleshoot and stuff like that. So by the time you're done, if there's a few minor things, you can easily like figure out what's going wrong, if something's going wrong. If a belt's loose or something, you can easily figure that out because you built it, you know it. If I got this machine in the mail and it was just already assembled, I feel like I would be even more overwhelmed because I don't know what any of the stuff does. I don't know how to use it. So I like assembling it because I know how it works and the process behind it. I don't know, I like knowing how it was built, and I like building it myself because it gave me something to do. Now, so just to recap positives, it's super affordable. If you take a look at other CNC machines on the market, you're going to be blown away by how much those cost. And the reason this is so affordable is because you have to assemble it yourself. But like I said, I really like having to assemble it because I know the machine, I know how it works and everything. It's got a really nice rigid feel, structure-wise. It's built out of pretty much all metal parts or aluminum, so it's got a really rigid feel to it, and it's very appealing to the eye, like you can see. Negatives, I had a few minor things with the wiring that I had to deal with, and cosmetically, I don't really care for the way this power supply area looks, but I can easily build some type of enclosure with enough ventilation in it to make it look a little bit more appealing and keep sawdust away from it. So at the end of the day, honestly, I would definitely recommend getting this for $1,500. This is a steal, and if you're thinking, oh, it's $1,500, I can't afford that, then you can easily buy this, make stuff with it, and turn a profit with this machine. You can use this machine for business purposes, and you can make a ton of this if you wanted to. So that's what I plan on doing, like maybe just a few small things, but you can easily turn a profit with this machine if that's an issue. So that's about it for the review, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys something I'm going to make with it today. So what I have going on here is, right here is the wasteboard, and you can carve into that, but I want to keep mine really nice, so I just put a 1/2-inch piece of plywood under here to protect the wasteboard, but you can always carve into it. I'm just trying to keep my machine the nicest I can keep it. Now on top of here I have what's called Hdpe, that's high density poly something, I don't remember, but it's basically like a plastic board. On the outside it's got red, on the inside it's got white, and you can buy this in all different colors and sizes. So this is just a 12-inch by 12-inch piece, and now I'm going to go ahead and carve my Red Wing logo into that. So I'm going to head over to the computer and show you guys how to use Easel. Okay, so Easel is a browser-based program, and to access it you just go to Inventables.com, and then up here on the top tab you just click Easel. It's 100% free, and it was made for the Carve and their other CNC machine, Carve. So you just hit launch the app, and when you first launch it, it's going to show you some of your recent stuff. So over here I have like a ping pong paddle, the Red Wings logo, Romanette would smile more logo, and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Red Wings logo, or you can click Start New Project. There's really no difference. But when you're in here, then right here you'll see this is like the Carve from the top down, and over here is kind of like the material look and what it's going to look like once it's all carved out. So what you want to do is you want to go to here, and you can like click shapes and stuff, and you can add different shapes, adjust the size. It's really easy. Now the first thing I do when I go in here is I go to Machine, I go to Workspace, and I make sure that all my machine is set up, and my machine's set up for 31 inches, so that's all set up now. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is go to Material over here, and I'm just going to hit Hdpe, that's what I'm cutting out today. Select my bit size. As you can see, there's a few different sizes. I'm going to be using a 1/8 inch bit today, so I just hit that, or you can enter it right here as well. And don't worry about this right now. I still have to edit the size. Then you go to cut settings, and this is where you basically do your feed rate and all that, depth per pass, etc., etc. So when you hit your material, it's going to change that feed rate, but you can actually, you'll see like it will be like 30 inches a minute, or it'll basically change as for what material you have. Now you can do custom. It looks like they did an update here, so you can do custom and you can set it yourself if you'd like as well. And then you can do show tool paths, and if we zoom in over here, then I can just come in and you'll see all these little red lines. All these red lines are where the tool is going to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of goof around with my machine here. So I'm going to go to material, or I'm just going to go right here and I'm going to go, my piece is 12 inch by 12 inch. So that's already all set up. It's 0.25 inches thick. That's all set up. Now I can go over here. You have inches or millimeters depending on where you're from. I'm using inches. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I imported this vector image by just simply going to File, Import SVG, and basically you can either import your own from programs like Adobe Illustrator, or you can just grab images right off Google with their image vectorizer that they have built into the Easel software. So the software, when I first started using it, they actually did a lot of updating to it. So I think they're constantly updating this and trying to make it as good of a program as they possibly can. Now I'm going to go here, and I put this Red Wings logo on a tilt to kind of get the most out of my material. Now I selected everything, and I'm basically going to expand it as big as I can. And that looks like I got it roughly as big as I can. Now I'm going to go ahead and basically right now, this area right here, if I click on this, I have the inside of it, and that is right here. You can see it's going to cut down 0.67, which is roughly 1/16 of an inch. That's totally okay. I don't want to go all the way through. I just want to go partially through. Now on this outside line here, it's a darker line. That means that I'm going a lot deeper. So this is all the way down to 1/4 of an inch. That means I'm going all the way through the material. Now if we look up top here, you can see that right here it's kind of like it's lighter here, so it looks like it's just hitting the top of it. Then it's darker on the outline, so you can see that it's going all the way through it. Now you can either select use tabs. Basically a tab is going to leave marks, different spots here. That's going to hold the piece in place from vibrating when it's actually like cutting, when it's almost cutting all the way through. I'm going to skip out on tabs for right now. Actually, I'll just go ahead and use tabs. But I usually don't really mess with this too much. I mean, this is just like the basics. There's so many different things you can do. So it looks like I'm all set up now. I'm just going to go ahead and hit Carve. Now, I don't have this set up for my Mac. So what you do is you hit Carve, then you hit Raised a Bit, confirm that it's all clamped down, and you hit Start Carving. So we're going to go ahead and start carving. So all in all, I would give this machine a 4 out of 5 because it does a really good job carving. There's just a few minor things like this is kind of like a little bit sloppy, but other than that, I really like the machine. No like big complaints. And as you can see, it does a really good job carving. So I definitely have a lot of ideas to carve out now. So that's it for the review. I would recommend this to all you guys if you don't have one. And the people that do have one, go ahead and ask them. They'll tell you that this is a great machine. So don't forget, you can check out Inventables.com, and that's where you can purchase this machine. If you want to see some videos they have on their YouTube account, you can subscribe to it right here. If you want to see their Twitter page, go ahead and click in the middle, and Facebook is going to be top screen. So that's it for this week's video, and I will see you guys next Tuesday with more woodworking videos.